Good morning, everybody. Long time. Um, for a lot of us, I know it's early, so I'll say that first to start. So, good morning. God bless you. Hopefully, you're all doing well, and I hope you've had a great, um, I would say, a great week. It's Wednesday, right? For me, my work week starts on Thursday, or technically Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So, for me, it's great because my days off start tomorrow, and I'm going to enjoy them. But this is the thing. This is the thing I want to talk about the most right now. I think one thing that has occurred recently in the fourth and go pod world has been connection, has been community, and what it has been, what it is, what it was, etc., and what it's going to be. And naturally, things ebb and flow and things change as time goes on, and you have to be understanding of the fact that that's going to happen. But it's never going to be the same. No one day in Baton Rouge, no one day here in Colorado, no one day anywhere is the same. So you got to play it by ear, and you really got to figure it out as you go. So thank you all for joining this morning. If you're getting in here, if you're checking in, if you're locking in and trying to see what's going on, thank you for joining. Thank you for giving us that time to do so. And as y'all see, the setup's changed. So it's funny because we have this empty wall space over here in front of my cousin's jersey that's on my chair in the corner. It's actually for a picture that I have that's similar to the style of these ones, but of Shaq and Kobe, that we will be putting up because yes, we are an LSU podcast. Yes, we do focus on that mostly. But like everybody else in this community, there's a lot more to sports than just LSU football, just LSU in general. You see, you got Tiger Woods up in the corner. As you guys know, I am from Georgia. Used to live right down the road from Augusta, matter of fact. And I have been blessed to have the opportunity to be close to that golf course when the Masters are playing and when Tiger has been in town. So please come check in with us. Please allow us to be one of the places you check in when you're looking and watching for LSU content. So with that being said, let's get active. So as you guys know, there's been a lot of panic in the LSU world this week. A lot of panic in the LSU world the last couple of weeks, really. And because of really a couple of games, LSU baseball has been a little down, been a little slow at the plate, been all right other places. You have freshmen and fifth year seniors, new faces leading the team to almost a potential comeback against Northeastern the other night, and that's not what we want to see. But guess what we can't do? We can't panic. We got to relax. We got to understand that as time goes on, as the season goes on, we're 13 games into it, guys. You know, a lot of my guys who focus on baseball more, they say it best, like, relax. There's so much more in this season. There's so much more to be included in, look forward to in the LSU world. So thank you for joining. Like I said, I appreciate you. Please make sure you go like and subscribe at the Fourth and Go Pod on YouTube. Make sure that you also check us out on TikTok, both of our Twitter accounts or X accounts, as they like to say these days. And let's continue this morning. We also have the opportunity tomorrow to get in on the Babin on the Bayou show, and I'm super blessed, super excited to do that. It's been a minute, so if you've just checked in, like I was saying this morning, the setup's changed. It's been a little while since you've seen me, about 5 days to be exact since I last went live, and we have to be more active. No longer a choice. That's why your boy, I may not look it, thank goodness for, the melanin. I've been up since 2:00 in the morning getting this office ready so that we can get active. No more excuses. Let's get after it, right? Y'all deserve the content. There's a lot of support out there for all of us that have built this community, especially through the momentum that Lane Kiffin provided all of us. And LSU football has not been talked about enough recently because it's slow season, right? It's recruiting, quiet, spring practice, all the other things that are going on. And make sure that you're not allowing yourself to forget about all of the greatness that we have in that building and the little small videos that we're getting here and there from the team working out, from the team grinding. And you might have seen that last year, but we know the intensity was not the same. Lane Kiffin came in to run this program, not just the offense, the program as a NFL style of program. We have to understand, and let me back my mic up real quick. The program that he's trying to run, guys, is really, I think that we have to understand that he expects a certain level. He expects to see things done a certain way. And I think as he's growing and maturing, not only as a father, as a man, as a head football coach, as an offensive great mind, one of the greatest offensive minds ever. You know, a close friend of mine, Jake, he's a USC fan, and he will say that he's probably second best in college football. I disagree. I disagree. I'm not going to get into that anymore, but I disagree. Lane Kiffin is taking this shit serious. He has since day one. He will continue to every single day. And most people may not like the fact that he's on Twitter. He's active. He's doing all these things, but that's part of who he is. And I think that we're now adapting to that. Um, his pull, the community that he's allowed us to also prioritize. I wouldn't say build because I think the community was already there and we're just leaning into it more. You know, there's some folks will talk about how they're implants into the LSU, right? And for me, I feel the same a lot of times. I'm not from and I was not born in Louisiana in any way, shape, or form. I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia. I had the opportunity to Matter of fact, let me stop what I'm saying. What's up, David? How you doing this morning, my brother? God bless you. Appreciate you for joining in. And good morning to you too, bro. I know it's early. I know that the views may not be crazy this morning, but guess what? We're just doing it because we want to get some content out there for you guys. So I'm blessed to have you as somebody who I consider a friend, and I'm continuing to watch and support the shows. And I say shows because David, if y'all don't know, including him and my brother Paul, two of the most exceptional baseball minds and two of the most exceptional people I've got to and special people I've gotten to connect with and learn some stuff from. And I will continue learning from as I have some stuff coming out and some announcements that will come out soon from some other areas with some logistical stuff getting taken care of as well. Um, Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. It's been a weird week. I'll say this. So for me, like I said earlier, for all those that are joining now, we're up to 8 viewers, but all of those are joining now. My son has RSV. I did not say that earlier, but that just got found out yesterday. So as a parent, things get hot and heavy sometimes, which causes us to put some things that may seem as if they shouldn't be a priority on the back burner. But one thing that some close friends of mine have told me recently, you gotta find a way to do it. People want to see it. Y'all have given me the opportunity, the platform to do it, right? I want to provide and put out this content for y'all. It's not for me. It's fun. I enjoy it and I want to do it. And that's where the motivation comes from. I'm not spending, money on lights for the pictures behind me, a win bar and potentially, a frame for my cousin's jersey to put on the wall. That is all stuff I want to do to provide great content a great aesthetic for those fellas who just want to see how they can design their office space. And thanks, David. I appreciate you, brother. Um, he's doing good. I had to go lay him down. Had to go back to sleep because he was coughing up a storm. So, but he's doing good. He'll be all right. He's a tough kid. So, um, and speaking of that too, guys, great thing for me, and I'm sure some of you guys saw me post it the other day, and we're just chatting in here this morning. I'm checking in on y'all. I want to see how you're doing this morning. LSU is LSU. We're going to get into that. We have a lot of stuff planned the next 2 days. We're going live tomorrow, probably around, I'd say 5 to 6 your time. If you guys weren't in earlier, I am going live with Babin on the Bayou later in the afternoon tomorrow. I believe after AP show. Um, but some content planned for you guys tomorrow, as you see in the banner at the bottom. But my son is actually starting baseball soon too, and I'm so excited for that. For me, I did play baseball once upon a time. Was never. I went after it, right? Like I had a cousin who played in DeRidder, Louisiana. Was great at stealing bases, but like Jason Hayward couldn't hit a baseball. And my cousin Chris, if you're in here, I'm giving you crap, but I want my son to build his own path. I want him to have the opportunity to do what he wants to do. A lot of times, as old school dads, they try. Something I've learned is that parents at times try and live their lives through their kids, and not always in a good way. One thing about that is that you see the pressure that they put on them. My cousin Elijah recently actually told me, he said, if Wade plays basketball, if he plays sports, separate yourself. Be there to support. Be excited to buy his jersey and wear it on your back and wear that last name because that's his last name and your last name. But don't make the kid hate the game. And as far as I'm concerned, he can play whatever damn sport he wants. Now, obviously, I don't want him to play football, but that is what it is. He's already 46 inches tall and he's 4 years old, guys. Like, come on. The kid has every opportunity to do whatever he wants. But I think it should be said, and it goes unsaid sometimes, that as parents, we have to make sure that we allow our children to do what they want to do while also raising them the right way. For me, I'm a different type of parent. I live in Colorado, so I'm very to a point. I would say I'm a nicer version of like a Bernie Mac style of parent. So I'm just very direct. This is how it's going to be. This is how you're going to get the best things you need. Do what I say. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Move along. Right. But, anyways, so there's something big that I want to address, and I think I need to address. I got on live with All Things Go the other night, and y'all see me as a very even temperamented person. I've been pretty lax. I try my best not to cuss a lot in the show. Um, if I do that, it can seem out of character, and I 100% see that and understand that, and I hear it. One thing I will say about my take from the other night is that all came from passion. And I want, and I have been a huge advocate, and go through my Twitter account if you want to find the receipts. Screenshots don't lie. I have been a big Garrett Nussmeier supporter for a long time. I've wanted to see him succeed. I want to see the great things he can do. I'm proud of him for being on the all offense list or honorary list for the NFL combine. But this is the thing, guys. We're allowed to have opinion. We are people. And as a former college athlete, I understand viewpoint. It is the coach's job. And you are right. It is the coach's job for them to make that decision. Frank Wilson did a great job of telling him to sit down. It's time for you to rest, relax, get ready for the draft, and move on. I agree. And I want to put this to bed, and I don't want to talk about it anymore after this. But this is my point. As a former player who has dislocated and relocated his own finger on a football field. Not the same as an oblique. I understand. As a former player who used to practice in a boot after I rolled my ankle and had bone spurs in my foot, I understand. I deal with a lot of those things now because I chose to be the one who played through those things without telling people. I had knee injuries that I played through without telling people. And all of that stuff now has caught up with me at almost 30. So I do understand. But I have passion as a LSU fan, and I think opinions are allowed, but separating them from factual data is important. Outside of Nuss maybe misspeaking and saying that it was day 2 when it was week 2, week 1, whenever. In my opinion, as somebody who loves LSU and is dedicated to that school, I feel as if I have an obligation to also speak on that. And my take is and will be, and I'm going to die on this hill, number one, that I was wrong for the way that I approached it. Number two, I don't cuss a lot. So whenever I do, it seems out of character, and I can see that. But number three, and my last final point will be that as a prideful LSU fan, I believe there's nothing better than our brand. I believe there's nothing better than LSU. David, have a good day, brother. I appreciate you. Love you too, bro. There's nothing better. The culture, the heritage, and what LSU stands for. There's not another school that is anywhere near that level of culture, heritage, importance, swag. None of that. No school, period. I don't care who you say, what you think. I don't care if you're a Florida Gators fan, an Alabama fan. I don't give a damn. You're not LSU. They don't talk about y'all in the NFL like they talk about us. We run that. Okay. We got 2 quarterbacks, DBs, wide receivers, running backs, all of it to show it. But I will say this. If you love the brand as much as you say you love the brand, speak up. If you were hurt all season, but you chose not to say something, speak up. Yeah, it's the coach's job. And excuse me for getting so close to the mic, but yes, it's the coach's job. I 100% agree. But the one thing I have a problem with, and the one thing I had a problem with, and maybe it was because it was so late at night, get a little crazy after dark. That's why they got shows called, I always say at work, Austin After Dark, right? The brain, the blood starts to flow. You start to get tired, and you start to say things that are emotion, feeling, opinion, frustration, etc. I think that's all of where that came from. 100%. That's where that came from. I was pissed off. I was pissed off that we decided to turn backwards and get sacked against Texas A&M, Alabama, everybody. He did it all the time. I was frustrated by the fact that his mechanics went to the shitter whenever he was injured because he was injured all season. When we played those lower level teams, he shouldn't have been in the game. But we could barely beat the teams to keep him out the game. So there's some of that. I think 99% of it is Brian Kelly's fault. And thank God he's no longer in Baton Rouge. And thank God he moved away because I am sick and tired of seeing him. And like I said, I want to be done with this whenever I get done with this. But Brian Kelly, in my opinion, took a lot of credit for shit that he did not deserve. He also, in my opinion, wasted the greatness that Garrett could have had because he mismanaged his injury 100%. But some of that responsibility has to fall on the player. Yes, he's an ultimate competitor. Yes, he wanted to be and end the right way in that uniform. But who did he help by doing it? Because he didn't help himself. Yes, he's doing a great job at the draft, but what if the injury reoccurs in the offseason? Maybe he's not even projected to be a starter. Who knows? We'll see after he gets drafted and what team drafts him because I think it's based on circumstance. As a New Orleans Saints fan, and I'm not as dedicated and into it as I have been in the past because I watch the Bengals a lot and follow Joe a lot. And I'm more in the NFL, like outside of the Saints, to give you guys a preface, I'm more of a LSU fan than I am a NFL team fan because there's a lot of politics in the NFL that I choose to step out of. But the thing about it is now college football is getting that way. So what is that? I would love to see Nuss in the purple and gold. I think it would be outstanding for him to play under his dad and Keelan Moore. He has a temperament. He's very well spoken, very respectful, and I think that has something to do with the whole circumstance has something to do with who he is as a person. He's a great kid. He is. And I apologize for my take the other night. But as a LSU fan, the inability to just step away and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm not the best option," pissed me off. Doesn't mean I'm right. And so I think it's important to state that and so that y'all know that. And that's something that I'm doing more now in my life as I get older is accepting when I'm wrong. I think all of LSU media, and there's a couple of them out there that know who they are, can do a better job of accepting that as well. And I'm not talking about us podcasters. I'm talking about big time media. So I want to say thank you to the person who put me in check on that because my take was directly out of passion, out of frustration, out of dedication to those three letters on the chest and how much I love it. I am to give y'all a preface of who I am as a person. I'm a very direct, very candid, but well spoken and very respectful person when I choose to be. And so I think in that moment, I was pissed off, frustrated, and I didn't care who saw it and I didn't care who heard it. But that's one thing on this platform we got to be more careful of is be mindful of the audience we're speaking to because you never know who's watching. And you can crush your chances of being credible. Your opportunities to connect with others in the community continue to build it if you're not mindful of what you say. And so I'm not going to shout anybody out directly on this show, but you know who you are for checking me in that moment, but also for continuing communication as well. Because I haven't been active on X this last week as much. Today I will be more. And I'm going to drop some clips for y'all from my last show as well last week. But like I said, be prepared for the next two shows that we have this week as well as my wife's getting home from work. Just wanted to say that because I know she's over there listening to me. Anyway, so I want to say thank you guys for joining this morning. The show was meant to be short. I gotta bounce. As you see, I have a different headphone in. I dropped my headset this morning as I'm moving my so I don't know if y'all probably see it in the corner over there. You see that little Mandalorian over there. I'm a LSU. I'm a former athlete. I am a Star Wars geek. All types of things. I even have a lightsaber mount up on my wall for lightsabers that one of them's in my trunk right now. But my headphones actually have the Mandalorian on them. Well, I dropped them this morning. Now they're all fuzzy, so it looks like I'm buying AirPods today. But I want to say thank you guys for giving me the chance to continue to do this. I apologize for not being active this last week over the weekend. I'm a sales manager. So naturally, I do not barely even really see my kids until I leave work. My wife knows she never hears from me during the day. And that's something she's come to accept. But that doesn't mean that I can't connect with you guys during the day as well and just be better with communication. So I will continue to do that. Please go like and subscribe. Um, Sorry for not being able to see some of your comments if you're in here and commenting on YouTube or on X. For some reason, we're still having issues with, uh, let me see. We're still having issues with X is fine, but for some reason, YouTube is not allowing us to see the comments that you guys are putting in there. So let me pull that up. Let me see if any of you guys have checked in with us, commented on the video so I can get back to you. And then we're going to get out of here, guys, and we're going to have a great and a blessed day. If you don't already, make sure that you let God know how much you appreciate Him for giving you another day to be blessed, to be here, be living, and be vertical because, shoot, I mean, it's already a long enough life. How much harder would it be if we don't give Him the praise that He deserves? So I want to tell all of you guys I love you. I appreciate you for checking in. David, I appreciate you for being in here and commenting on the show this morning. Hopefully, you're having a great morning. The family's doing well, and enjoy your day at work there, brother. But with that being said, guys, I want to check in with you quickly this morning, let you know and remind you that I will be on the Babin on the Bayou show tomorrow. I think it's at 8 o'clock my time, 7 p.m. Central time, which is y'all's time. I'm in the mountains, so y'all know that. And if anything gets choppy, y'all will know about it because we're supposed to get a snowstorm out here in Colorado. And I don't think it snowed yet. It was raining yesterday. But we got a long day ahead of us. I want to say thank you guys for being in here again. I look forward to talking to you. We have some spring practice stuff we're going to talk about tomorrow afternoon. We'll be dropping some clips from today's show this afternoon as well on TikTok. So if you don't follow me on TikTok already, it's at Fourth and Go Pod. Y'all really done your thing. We got up to 4,000 views on our biggest video, so I want to say thank you for that as well. Got a couple follows this morning. We will continue to drop content. I still have to drop a video as a shout out for my mom for her birthday, and let's continue to be active, guys. Let's have a great week. It sucks that we're dealing with what we're dealing with basketball, but that will all come to fruition. Matter of fact, I will say this right now. Pay attention to the little details because my Aunt Faye, cousin Faye technically, but I call her aunt, she was with the Wolfpack and a coach who used to play at LSU just the other day. You never know. Let's keep those Will Wade rumors going. And let's keep them swirling because I want them back. Y'all don't want them back. That's your problem. I want Will Wade back. I would like to see the future of what LSU could be. They are a tournament team this year. They are probably going to make the tournament. So I think they already are projected to do so. And Will Wade ain't like that. He's not lame. He's not leaving before they finish. He's just different. And from rumors, if he does come to LSU from rumors, allegedly, he's not going to leave before the tournament's over. So, or at least their run is over. So a lot of connections there. Let's keep that. Whether you do voodoo, you praise Jesus, whichever one you choose to do, let's make sure we find a way to get Will Wade. So have a great day. I look forward to connecting with you guys tomorrow. Be blessed. Stay safe. Go Tigers.